I'm the owner of a New Century Chinese restaurant in St. Lawrence, Milo, Christchurch. My family left China, Guangzhou to Barbados in early 1990. We have been living and work here for a long time. So you can call me as a Beijing Chinese as well. My grandfather came to Barbados in, I think, earlier 1966, before the independence of Barbados. Because on that time, right, because he was in Hong Kong, but because that unrest in Hong Kong 1966, so he decided to came to Barbados, join his brother. Yeah, and my father came to Barbados in, I think, is late 1980s, because my grandfather's getting old, and I find, on that time, he's getting ready to retire. So that's why he brought my father here. And I think on that time is an opportunity too, for the Thai or Chinese, because you see China just open, for the economic, so that's a big trend. The Chinese like to go overseas to see the overseas as well. That my father decided with us went to Barbados or came to Barbados. My grandfather have a restaurant and manufacture of noodles. I think that noodle factory is the first noodle factory in Barbados. The name is called Canton. I came to Barbados is late 1990, yeah. I think it's 1987, something like that, yeah. I was 17. But I didn't have opportunity to go school in Barbados and further my education, especially my English. So hopefully you guys understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's very challenging, right? When on that time when I came to Barbados, so remember, right? On that time, Barbados, the majority, I think the economic sugar cane. When I came to Barbados, all around are sugar cane. You cannot even see any buildings. That's why I talk to myself, why I come to this country? Because I find that, right, where from Guangzhou is a better place on that time even, so that's why I talk to myself, oh my God, how come I come to this place, because it's so far, and then you cannot even find a pond on the globe, so. But as my father said, we already came here and then, helping the business, of my grandfather already built up, so we hope we can make that happen successful, so. And also too, when I came to Barbados, a new environment, so I knew a lot of people learning the second language, English, so we love the neighborhood and, especially the friendship and the kindness of the Barbados, public. So we don't have an issue there. So usually after we work, we play, football, ping pong with neighborhood, a youngster when we live in the St. George area, Went school in primary school, secondary school, which I learned like chemistry, biology, Chinese. The majority, the teacher, usually they spoke Cantonese with us. That's why sometimes I feel shame about myself, right? Because sometimes I speak like national language, 普通话 is not frequency. Right. Yeah. Because as you know, we're learning in school, but usually like English, right? We learn in school, but usually at school, we don't need to talk to. And nobody want to talk with you because when you have some one city, Guangzhou, especially, so all people speak Cantonese. So when you speak with like Mandarin or English with them, they feel strange. Where this guy from? No. Because when I meet, we are countrymen, right? If they speak Cantonese, so I will speak Cantonese with them. But if the people from embassies, so as you know, they don't speak Cantonese, so I have to speak the Mandarin with them. But I don't think it's a challenge, no problem with that at all, yeah. So we are home. Usually we don't speak English, only either Mandarin or Cantonese with the kids. And also, join the Chinese like holiday, for example, like New Year, mid-autumns. Usually we prepare some Chinese traditional food as well. Yeah, so we have that kind of feeling. Listen, even we live in overseas Barbados, but we still celebrating what we learn or from the heritage of China. I usually too, yeah, because I usually like we cook some food and invite some neighbors come over and told them, listen, even right, sometimes we have we had a moon cake for the mid-autumn. Usually we just give some to the neighbors, and even the Chinese beers. Okay, today or in the season of Chinese New Year, so we share some Chinese foods and some drink from wine with the neighbors. I find out my business dropped by at least 50%. Because even some people send me about the Facebook and people about cursing the Chinese, talk about the Chinese COVID-19, career, so that is a big challenge for the Chinese food now, yeah. Even now, right, because now Chinese, China, in China, the COVID-19 is under control. But I think it's some kind of Western social media is still, made a stigma of those China virus, right, of the COVID-19. Some people still not, believe for the Chinese, so still thinking about the Chinese still is a viral carrier. So for our business now is still very challenging. When you go to get to a marriage age, right, I think that between 20 to 25. So usually the parent will guide you, listen, go and find a girl and dating, something like that. But usually you see we are Chinese, right? Usually before you get married or engaged, right, you need to check the background. That's why you see usually we ask the farmer in China there any suitable lady with the same background, because you don't want those people who have some kind of underlying disease and never know, something like that. So make sure the farm is good. They don't have, something like maybe they are a criminal. They are something going on there. Make sure the background is the same background as us, right? That's why I went back to China and met my wife there. And also my mother, right, is from the same village as her. Yeah, of course, yeah, because Chinese language is your own language, right? So we are very appreciation, other people learning our culture and language as well, As a president of Chinese Association in Barbados, we're very, very grateful, and also, a lot of new generation learn Chinese from CI, Confucius Institute, is a good help too, So let more people on new generation, new China, the language, not only China, not only, the language, but the culture as well. So we are proud of that. Yeah. I think China and Barbados have very solid relationship, right? I remember years ago when we came to Barbados, so I think the Chinese government already sent, the agriculture helping a group to Barbados to help to, how to improve, the agriculture output. And also I think the Chinese government already did a lot of work too. That included building the gymnasium and repair a lot of those primary school and the second school of the government of Barbados as well. Even, in the mid of this COVID-19, right, the ambassador of Mr. Yan Shou-sheng is on behalf of the Chinese government donated at least 4 sets of those medical supplier to the Ministry of Health of Barbados, which included like, ventilators, PPC, sanitizers, and goggle, and those are face shield as well. China's and Barbados is getting better and better, especially the initial of the One Belt, One Road. So it's creating more opportunity for the local people and the Chinese people as well. They come and maybe set up business, and Barbados people have opportunity to go to China and do business as well. I think in the future between two countries, Barbados and China, will get together more closer, more stronger.